And I'll tell you this, you'll know this, Michael, you've been on enough royal tours. There's no way our royal family would set foot in Nigeria, a country where female mutilation, genital mutilation is rife, where women's rights basically don't exist, where hundreds of kids are regularly kidnapped by extremist Islamic groups. This is not a country that should be endorsed by anyone, certainly not our royal family. And these two neophytes, they're naive in what they're doing. They're making this country look good when it doesn't deserve it.
I couldn't tell you the number of royal tours I've been on, and what you say is absolutely right. You know, Nigeria, the Foreign Office and the American State Department both say it's a dangerous destination. You must not go there. It vies with Johannesburg in South Africa to be the murder capital of the continent. And you and I know that in that country, there's industrial scale boiler rooms of people who are ripping off people around the world, internet fraud, wholesale internet fraud, defrauding old ladies, stealing identities, and none of that is ever prosecuted. Now, as we know, there he is on his polo pony playing in favor of one of his African charities. As we know, Prince Harry came back and said this country was not safe enough for him. He took his father's government to court over it. Eventually, a judge slapped him down and said he couldn't have a permission to appeal. Otherwise, he would have appealed. Now, he's gone to that country there where it's an extremely dangerous place. He had, admittedly, 4 burly bodyguards with him, but how he can maintain that the level of armed protection for him when he's in this country. And when we saw him here last week, he had very, very adequate protection.
They want to be adored. And
now, I know most of you might want to dismiss whatever they are saying on the basis of white supremacists, on the basis of racism, on the basis of ignorance. But there is a word that says that ignore the messenger and take the message. Now, I want you to take away these 2 men out of the picture. Just take whatever message you're passing. Look at everything they said. Are they right in whatever they say about Nigeria? Are they right? You are a Nigerian. You are experiencing what is happening in Nigeria. Are they really informed about Nigeria? Are they speaking on the angle of misinformation? Or are they speaking on the angle of experience, on the angle of reality? Whatever conclusion you come at, I want you to understand one thing. This is how Nigeria is being viewed at the international community. This is how Nigerians are being viewed overseas. This is how they see Nigeria. This is the lens they are looking at Nigeria. Now they are lambasting the Prince Harry and wife for visiting Nigeria. Remember they were in Nigeria some couple of days and they did a lot of coronations to them. They were accorded a lot of respect. They visited a lot of places, and they are saying that you took a risk visiting Nigeria. Nigeria is not a safe place. You are trying to paint Nigeria as a safe place, but Nigeria is not a safe place. Nigeria is a place where women's rights are not respected. Nigeria is a place of constant violence. Nigeria is a home of internet fraudsters. Nigeria is a home of corruption. Now, I feel bad listening to them. I feel bad hearing this word from them because they are categorizing everyone in Nigeria as a bad person because of the attitude of few. They are categorizing the whole country as bad people. Now, let us come to what they are saying. The respect of woman rights. They talk about female mutilation. We know that has been passed in the National Assembly that female mutilation should come to an end. And there are organizations that are really fighting for the right of women regarding that aspect of female mutilation. So they are actually speaking on an angle of misinformation. Now come to the rights of women. You all know that they are right. In a larger scale of it, they are right, because you know that aside women's rights, most people's rights are not being protected in Nigeria. Just a few days ago, in Niger State, you read a news that over 100 orphans were to be married off. 100 girls, young girls. These are girls between the age of 10 to 16, 18, 17 years old girls. These girls did not choose to be orphans. They were orphans because the Nigerian state failed them. These are girls whose parents were mostly killed by insecurity in the northeast. These are girls that the Nigerian state failed them. The Nigerian state was supposed to provide security for them, but it failed them and their parents were killed. They became orphans. Now, rather than sending them to school, rather than grooming these girls to become reputable members of the society, the Niger state government, on the floor of the House of Assembly, decide to marry them off to men that these girls have no feelings for, to men that these girls do not even know, to men that you and I do not even know their character. You don't even know if they are pedophile. Of course they are pedophile, because I don't understand how these men are attracted to girls at that tender age. This is what we are discussing in a country that claims to be civilized, that claims to be advanced in the 21st century. You are marrying off underage girls, and this is being sponsored by a reputable government in Nigeria. Now tell me how the international community will view you with such a mindset. This is what these Brits are talking about. This is what these Brits, they are saying about you Nigerians, because of the carelessness, because of what some few people are doing every night. 200 Nigerians are being classified as a dangerous zone. You talk about internet fraudster. You all know how people in Nigeria tend to commit crime on the internet. But you have to look at it at the larger picture of it, because these are people that the government have failed. Rather than government utilizing this talent, rather than government providing jobs for the people, they will decide to loot the money, to loot the economy dry, and the Nigerian youth are left to fend for themselves in the best possible way they can. I am not in any way justifying crime. Crime is crime, but we have to look at the larger picture, because the government of the day have failed these people. You're talking of violence, kidnapping, armed robbery. You are talking about Nigeria, whose capital, the Federal Capital Territory, in the 21st century was besieged by criminal gangs that killed an innocent girl, Nabiha. You all saw how people came on social media to solicit for ransom to go and bail Nabiha, the Federal Capital Territory. Kidnapping was the order of the day. And you think the international community is not seeing this? The whole reason why this thing is going on is because we have irresponsible government. A government that will prioritize its own personal affair ahead of the people's personal affair. A government that does not prioritize development. A government that does not prioritize education. A government that does not prioritize healthcare. A government that does not prioritize employment. All they care is building a white elephant project so they can have an avenue to loot the resources. They are creating a future for you because you voted them there. And this is how you're being viewed. Now, listen to this video. I want you to listen to this man. We'll be back.
I am embarrassed, disgraced. I'm angry. I am upset. Nigerians, what have you done to them in Poland? What have you left thousands of kilometers to come to Poland to come and do again? I tried to open a bank account for this child, this innocent child, this one here. And they say no, they don't open to Nigerians. I say why? Why only Nigerians? Say no, anything Nigeria? No. So which means Nigerians have come here and they have spoiled things for the next generation. But yeah, I don't know why God just put me in that country, because me, I'm not part of all this scamming and nonsense. But now, my child must now suffer, because I'm also suffering it now. Other people are suffering what some useless vagabonds have caused. What have you done to people in Poland that the banks here don't want to open an account for us again? Why? What have you done?
Now this is someone all the way in far Poland. Are you seeing the kind of image we have in the international community? This is being created by the people we have in this country. The people that don't want to build this country. You destroy this country and you think you will run away from this country to another man's country. They will see you the same. They will view you with the same lens. A corrupt country, a country filled with fraudsters, a country filled with corrupt politicians. That is because Nigerians have refused to build their country. All they want to do is to japa to another man's country. The country you want to japa to, it was built by the citizens of that country through their wise electoral decision. They decided to elect leaders that they can hold accountable. They decide to elect leaders that will bring real development to them. They decide to elect leaders that will fix their country. They did not elect leaders by tribalism. They did not elect leaders by ethnic affiliation or party affiliation. They elected leaders based on competence and track record. People that want to make name and make their country better. That is the kind of leaders they elected. But you back home, you elect leaders based on tribalism, you elect leaders based on ethnicity, based on party affiliation, you elect leaders because you want to show some other person, some other people political lesson, and tomorrow you will carry your bag, you want to jump out of the country, and you think you'll be welcome in another man's country. They will treat you like a piece of whatever you are. That is what they are going to treat you. Somebody is suffering because of the action of other Nigerians in another man's country. They could not open bank account for his daughter. This is how the British are viewing you. They are lambasting their prince for visiting Nigeria, and you think that is a good image? It is not a good image at all. Unborn generations are going to suffer for it. You will suffer for it. Unborn generations will suffer for it until we decide to put an end to this rascality and fix our country. There is not going to be any headway for us, and I think that time is now. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.